Hi guys, how are you? Hope you've been well. And I am back with this girl.
Hi y'all, it's me.
I know, the beautiful Martha. So guys, we are going to discuss a few things. Well, Matt was able to be
Don't be you guys.
we put the sex, so we put things to do with the we put things to do with what is happening after birth as well, what discharge.
Yeah.
And you guys asked us questions.
Yeah.
Kati summer bridals and you asked us. Not what she asked us. She was like, I thought you need 6 weeks before resuming sexual intercourse.
I knew that question would come up because every mother that has given birth is having the same concern, especially if you have a partner that is there.
Told 6 weeks in the hospital.
No, actually, my doctor didn't mention anything about it, which helped me because then my husband couldn't pressure me. Was more like, so when am I ready?
So
when
then
are
you actually
ready?
set your own time limits.
Yes, we set our own time limits, or rather, I set.
Some secrets. That is a women's secret.
It is healthy. It is healthy. I'm encouraging other women doing it.
Other moms who are out there, what are you gonna? It's the secret you can share with sometimes. So the answer to this bit is that yes, you can take up to 6 weeks sometimes. However, like we shared in our previous podcast, is you need at least 2 to 3 weeks. That's the time you need like to heal.
2 to 3 weeks.
Yes.
But do you count those weeks properly?
Tuzibala wiki ya naku musanvu nyabo.
Okay, 2 to 3 weeks. Okay.
2 to 3 weeks. Yes, ideally you should have healed by then. Tewali obuzibu. Naye kati where the catch is into omuchala, if you have had a tear that is bigger than what it should be, and we shall share some images along, like in the TikTok videos that we shall be sharing. There are some tears. That is why you need to know how far the tear went. Like how far is the tear? Was it like a 3rd or a 4th degree? If it is that bad, then that's when we say at least 6 weeks.
Even at that point, 6 weeks.
6 months. You don't even say 6 weeks.
6 months, huh?
Yeah. So we say 6 months because we know in Uganda, okay, even out there, sex is very enjoyable. So people always come back early. Omugamba 6 weeks, doctor, week maker. When you say 6 months, at least you fall in 2 months. So yes, that is weeks. Exactly. Okay. So that is a time when we say, okay, fine, take that long. And you always have to ask your health worker, what tear did I get? Because if you don't know the tear that you got, then also the next health worker won't know. Then like how long should I take to, like, is it safe? Is it okay?
But just so we are on the same page, these are vaginal births.
Yes.
You may want to find out from the doctor what tear did you get from the C-section. My friend, all of it was cut. You didn't tear. They cut it.
All of it was cut, stretch.
Yeah.
So, and I hope we've addressed that question. It was the biggest question in there.
I think some were asking 6 weeks, some asked 12 weeks.
Some asked, I think another one asked 1 month. It was a mom here, Nalumansi Harriet did ask her 1 month. And no, it's not 1 month. The trick for ladies is this. If you feel uncomfortable after 2 to 3 weeks, jangu naye mudwaliro, So now we always ask you, like, we're going to mugambe meka.
Nalumansi, you've had?
Matwala to the doctor. Or you're still afraid to, like, have sex, then you come actually for an evaluation. That means there's actually a problem with you.
But could it be that maybe you also need counseling?
Exactly.
Because sometimes I think it's psychological. Like for me now, I would say I think in about 2 to 3 weeks, I wasn't still feeling that much pain at my incision site. I was okay, but I was just terrified.
Exactly.
Like in my mind, I thought, okay, what if it bursts open? Like, you guys, I had so many weird fears, and I know some mothers out there have the same, but I think you just need to also consult the incision site. Doctor, come out. The incision site. On today's topic. Thank you very much.
So topic is going to be about hypertension in pregnancy. Pressure.
Pressure.
Ng'oli
lubuto si mu lubuto bwogamba mu lubuto is in the stomach, but ng'oli lubuto while you're pregnant, Luganda is what's hard.
Zungu is also hard. And I don't know where we fall, but ashtegedde.
Yeah.
Pressure ku lubuto.
ng'oli lubuto.
So high blood pressures in pregnancy. We did post a TikTok and we're talking about high blood pressures in pregnancy, and many moms out there were sharing, and were actually like sharing in a comment section about how they lost their babies. Some of them have survived. And we felt it was important to talk about it really. And the other reason we're talking about it is because high blood pressures actually kill. It's the second biggest killer of mothers.
Did you know?
In Uganda.
Did you know? We don't know these things myself.
High blood pressure in pregnancy go jimani.
Okay, maybe for my particular situation, I didn't have it during.
Okay.
Mine came after. Cut now. At around 4 months there, my legs started swelling. You guys, I had feet. I was a duck.
You were an elephant.
My feet were bigger. Like my feet were almost the size as my lower thigh. Like they were huge at 4 months old. And of course, everyone that saw my feet was, oh my God, you girl, go and they check you. Apparently, someone where I was working said a friend of mine, her feet got swollen like that, and she was actually rushed in hospital. If she hadn't, she was going to lose her baby because they found out she had high blood pressure. So I was like, my God, it frightened me. Yeah.
So for you, what were they telling you?
They guessed that your feet are swollen, go to hospital. And when she went to hospital, they found out her pressure was high. So when this same person saw my feet swollen like that, they're like, oh my God, you girl, it could be pressure. Like almost everyone I met told me, go check for pressure.
What did they tell you? Did they tell you have high blood pressure in pregnancy, or what did they tell you?
Surprisingly, none of the above. My pressure was checked on a weekly without fail. I did my blood sugars. I did all those things, guys. There was nothing wrong. That's just how my body reacted to that particular pregnancy.
So just swelling of the feet.
Just swelling of the feet.
That's important to share.
But now I wanted you to speak to it being a sign or a telltale sign for high blood pressure.
Have you heard about preeclampsia?
Yeah, that word, yeah.
So what you get?
Preeclampsia.
She's a planned mother, you guys. She's a planned mother. So now, most people will not understand, but usually when we say preeclampsia, what to is high blood pressure. In pregnancy.
Okay.
Now, at the end of the day, what we want a mother to take home is pressure edinye.
Thank you very much.
Now, when someone says eclampsia, pressure edinye, no suka, I don't know kwesika. Some people call it okugwensimbu. Kwesika. And everything we want for every mother is we do not want you to kwesika. Now, Martha mentioned something very important. She said, some signs of high blood pressures, pressure teluma. The same pressure that you get in pregnancy is also like pressure for other people. People who have been taking edagaria pressure. Yes. Tekuwa fever, tekuwa kukankana, tekuwa teluma. By the time you get any symptom from high blood pressures, it actually means something is very wrong.
Okay.
And the bad thing with it is, it affects every other part of the body. Every part. Now, sometimes if you have high blood pressures in pregnancy, the thing you'll notice is you're not able to see clearly.
Oh, blood vision.
Yes. So you get a blood vision. You think you have an eye problem, plan man, or in Kampala, no duke misinde. Tell your ophthalmologist. Don't blame them by the way. Don't blame them, the eye doctors or the eye technicians. Don't blame them.
They're simply going by the signs you're saying.
They're going by your signs. However, one who is actually informed will tell you if you have any problem with your eyes, visit your gynecologist like right away.
Especially when you're pregnant, women.
Especially when you're pregnant or have given birth. So the brain, because it's a very vital organ on your body, what can happen is weska.
Kwesika comes from the brain.
Comes from the brain.
Oh.
Simutima.
Education is the key to success.
The key to success. So, katiatana kwesika. Ibisoka bigamba omuchala bagamba, but I have this headache. Umute gunomilira. Nomira ka Panadol. Abachala bafe bagala Panadol.
Bambi tamumira Panadol. Pregnant mothers,
run.
Go to hospital.
If you have a headache like this, duka ewo obera mwa mchana na kugamba naye mutwe gunumirira tomga awumula asuka gende mudwayo mkebere pressure yo
akomewa awumule
mbotunanga nywa amazi manji
bambi munywesa amazi caretaker thank you but that is not it
ko pressure zili mukola chizi mugenda mbire exactly. So if a woman has headache dwaliro
Bambi, ladies, pregnant mothers. You know that most self-medicated people are pregnant mothers? Because they feel mudwaliro wala ate mwana gwe natuukirayo agulayo bupanado bwebustrip bwenga munaana awo mutwe gumuluma manti said Panadol is safe during pregnancy. It is safe, but go to the medical worker.
And the quantities also matter. So you need to know how much Panadol you actually also take. That can affect you as well.
Okay.
So whatever netukiya ogitubera ku mutima gwo badoyagala ennyo.
Mutima heartbreak.
So yes, you can get a heart attack.
For real?
Yes.
But so, why are you saying it with a smile?
Because you say heartbreak. So you can get a heartbreak from the high blood pressures.
Wow.
Anyway, so you can get a heartbreak with the high blood pressures. And why am I calling it a heartbreak? Because usually you get a attack where you get like, in medical language, call it a myocardial infarction, or people like calling it a heart attack. Sometimes you can get high blood pressures and then they throw a clot somewhere and then they make it hard for your heart muscles to get oxygen.
Okay.
So if when you're running and then you get a cramp in your legs, the same thing happens to your heart.
Oh, that cramp like that in your heart, you guys.
Exactly. So when you get that, then that's like, it's a sign. Sometimes you get like chest pain. There's just chest pain that is happening.
Owulira chest pain, obulumi mu kifuba.
And usually what they describe it as is awuliranga ekintu ekimutuulira. You feel something very heavy across your chest.
Oh, so that breathing becomes labored.
Exactly.
You like have to omuko gusikawala.
Thank you very much. Now the other thing about the heart is the heart pumps blood across your whole body.
Yes. And
during pregnancy, there are those changes that happen. Well, yes, we have swelling of legs. It tends to happen, however, not for every mother. And there's that swelling when you go, Now the swelling of the legs and other parts comes in because it is hard for the body to take back the blood normally. So now what happens? That's why you see a pregnant mother waba today. So usually women advise them about today bigere biteke. Biwanike. Like it is Now, if you're overswelling, what high blood pressure also does, it worsens that process.
Okay.
It makes the blood vessels become more leaky. More leaky that zisa amazzi. Againo okudatekchi eri amazzi g'omusaayi galina okudda mu mutima gagende gatandika okuyitamu. So the next thing you know is ebigere bitandise okuzimba. Then people will tell you
ge mazzi ge bagamba anti bagamba ebigere bizimbye nnyo nti ago
mazzi
kyekyo
nemmano genda kunsasula waneeno.
We are here for you.
Consultation.
We are here
for you guys. So now that part happens not only in the legs. Ogenda okulaba even the hands. If you had a ring on your fingers,
they no longer fit.
Exactly, the ring no longer fit. Guys, duka misindi.
But then also musawo nga tunagenda wala. Before we even get to the preeclampsia being that the finger swelling being a sign of that. Generally in pregnancy ombiri guzimba.
Right? That is correct.
Yes. Because I remember that time when I was pregnant, I stopped wearing my ring. Because my fingers zazimbamu kale, but not so much. Engalo zazimbamu katono. Naye nga I could not wear it kuba yali enyiga.
Yeah.
And I've seen many of my friends also when they are pregnant, they put off their rings.
It's okay. That is the swelling is God's way of saying you should have extra blood in your body so that in case you bleed a lot, then it has a compensation. When was swelling,
so as a pregnant mother,
yes,
kasita obuliranga kale yesoogezze naye nga
you still
tebigatta bulungi.
You see the difference with that you did your blood pressures every week.
Me I did every week. I was worried. You think I wanted? I said because I was in a spot of being healthy.
This is what every woman should, if you can. Actually, we even tell women also akumaka pressure enakuzuje buli mu pharmacy
babutunda bera nakewaka.
You can even bargain for it at 80,000. Bera naye waka
ofuna omusawo nga Dr. Ruth akuyigirize we bakakola okateekako bwoti n'okola bwoti ne kakola bwe kati. This is normal. Wano otabuse wano oli wansi
nodduka yo buuliza what is normal.
That is it.
Netugenda tuuka yeyo kasota tugenda mu science wanga tunagenda mu figures manya
tukoma okutegeera
kati kiri bwe kiti womukyala batandika okuzimbirira tokitwala nti
kyetwagamba luli don't think kubanga kyaliwo luli kiri okay
kati genda mu ddwaliro akume pressure baka nti pressure eri bulungi nti kale kakkana The next thing is your eyes. Now the thing about your face is that you can't realize whether you're swelling.
Nina ekibuuzo ku face. Ennyindo yo ekwataganira wa bannange tugeje ennyindo. My God, pregnancy noses. Kale, it's not a sign of pressure?
No, not now.
Okay.
So there's something called the pregnancy nose, and also there's also something called the pregnancy mask, where it's like a pregnancy, you take a stamping and here, and exactly. That one is different, and everyone who looks at you is like, yeah, she's pregnant. So anyway, so this time the swelling of the eyes, like usually it is worse in the morning. Okay. The thing about that swelling is that usually you don't realize you're swelling.
The difference, yes.
But the person who is going to notice is maybe your workmate. Even your own husband may not notice. So they maybe don't tell their husbands because that's what I call it. But it can be a workmate, it can be faces.
Don't wait to understand it yourself.
Exactly.
Go to the nearest. They see if there's anything that is a concern. Bakujjanjabe. Kati
olwaba oluusi oyinza ogenda n'ozimba by the way. Kino kirese mbulesi kubanga kati you know when you come to the podcast you get free consultation. Fully. So sometimes when you swell up there's concern. Nga twogedde nga ku mutima nti we gupassing ogwo musaayi oguba gugenda ewantu wonna. Sometimes bakeberako ku mutima ne balaba what is happening. So sometimes if you swell up the next time and blood pressures are still okay, it's important to also have a checkup for your heart. When
actually even if you're not pregnant, but the moment they say let's just have a look at your heart, that alone gives you pressure.
Very good.
That alone may raise the pressure. Just never gamba twagala kebera. Actually the fear is the moment a doctor says twagala kebera ku mutima, you think there's a problem. No. We want to assess. I'm not a doctor, sorry. They want to assess.
We agreed the last podcast when Martha comes here, she's called a co-doctor. Co-doctor Martha. So, because they think pressure is agenda kutya. Those things.
The misconceptions. Lugambo. Women, mothers, pregnant women. Muva mu Lugambo bagay. Hey.
And by the way, we also know it in medicine. There's something called the white coat hypertension, which is high blood pressure.
White coat of hypertension.
So we know. That is why you see sometimes.
That one is psychological.
It is psychological. Sometimes oba wakayingira mu pressure zibeera waggulu nga bakakupima. Eno omala okutulako bebati omusawo asala mukubuuza kweba nange oli otya.
They jazz. Banetsasha abamu triage awo. Bajazinga. How the children bakwatako.
And then you're like bakwatako.
Bebandese.
Dear nurses, you're doing a good job.
That's a very good job. No, the thing is, waba kubuza, you're thinking they're prying, but they're actually helping you to calm down, to relax.
We know. And by the way, these days, you know what we also do? We now also put a blood pressure machine. What is doctor? Anxious. So you look at your blood pressure. It's calling. After like 10 minutes, you're going to kanji demuko. So it's okay. Now, the other thing about what filters the blood, etc., is a very important part of the body called the kidney. Kidney.
Speaking of kidneys, do you know every time you go, okay, not do you know,
kidney
but go bimani. For the mothers, I realized this when I went for the scans. When you go for the scans, they don't just check for the baby. They also look at the mother's kidneys.
Yes.
I paid attention the first time and I'm like, your kidneys zange bazetaza chizo zivamuchi. You understand? So I was like, I was curious, but I didn't ask at that time. So the next time I went, I asked and they're like, no, we also need to know that your kidneys are okay.
Exactly.
If they're functioning well, then they won't affect. Banange mothers ask questions.
Mukirizibwa okubuuza ebibuuzo naye abasinga tebabuuza abanga bagambe bepe ali bulungi omutima gukuba baba banyiivumu ne musawo wabeera munyiivu mugambe ko mugaye musawo oli munyiivu nnyo leero.
Smile, Jesus loves you.
Omugaye Jesus loves you.
Smile. Jesus loves you.
Okay, honestly, if you don't feel comfortable with a doctor during antenatal or with a midwife, and I don't think that's your antenatal midwife or doctor,
Get another one.
Get another one, like very quickly.
Because you need to be comfortable.
You need to be comfortable because
questions are not going to get done in your
and
head.
the other easy thing to do is mubuzo msawo. Mugambe the doctor, I don't feel comfortable when you do this. Sometimes they actually understand. It depends because they have to see like very many clients every day.
Sometimes
exactly. I get it because at times when you like see very many clients and then all is something because they're also human. We're also human.
Yeah.
Sometimes you have like a really really bad day. Though we are trying to like keep it at the back of a mind. Sometimes it can project through. So tell your doctor like. Feel free. Whether it's paid, whether it is free consultation, please feel free with your doctor. It's only then that you're free that you're able to actually share more.
Yes.
And be like something has changed. They don't worry about they don't body neighbors, those things. Now back to the kidneys. I know you mentioned the scan part. Just scan it to get two
I wanted to understand
kidney yo eyamako okufilteringa omusaayi. That's why we have susu. So now, those kidneys, when someone has high blood pressures, remember how we say that the blood vessels leak? What happens is that now, our jaka kidneys, a kind of fulmediastom, sologoka, what's supposed to come out? Kana nko kufulumia tape, taina kufuluma. There are some big components called proteins, okay? The reason why your body is able to look the way it's looking right now, very beautiful, is because
when I'm glowing.
When you're glowing, it's because those proteins help in trapping that water and moving it around.
Okay.
So when now they come out and now you're peeing them, what happens? Your body has less. So even the swelling now just what? Worsens.
So those proteins coming out through the urine.
Yes.
It's not entirely dehydration problem.
No. So you can get protein also with dehydration.
Yes, with dehydration,
and now the blood pressure now makes it worse. Actually, thank you for bringing it up.
You're welcome.
Blood pressure.
I'm here for you too.
Yes, Kodok.
I'm here for you too.
Yes, Kodok. The blood pressure makes you dehydrated without you knowing you're dehydrated. That's easy to say it. That is why I'm kugamba katukebere ku musulo. Bakebera ka protein ako.
I remember I told the midwife during antenatal, she asked for my husband. I told her he works up country. Then she told me, wakomawo jangu naye.
Kituufu.
Nemubuuza ye tasobola genda ne bamukebera n'andizaaliza ati si. N'angamba ayinza okuleetera enkadde jangu naye. Not because I don't trust my husband, but I understood where that came from.
Yeah.
For my safety and that of the baby.
Wajja. We tend to also share information with you that they don't understand. So while a mother, by the way, is prepared for birth,
fathers are never you should have fathers in another one.
We should invite your hubby for
the
podcast.
Anyway, today we're talking about high blood pressure.
Preparedness. That is birth preparedness. So we shall come back with it. Exactly. Yeah. So now, when they check for your protein, baba ino kukebera ndalango ina pressure erinnya oba terinya. So the protein sometimes they kugamba protein nazo zeyongeddeko. Kati waliwo wezituuka level kati bakitegeeza batanza okweyongera bakitegeeza nti your kidneys are starting to fail. Pressure ekuba ensigo paka wezandika okukola ki okufailinga. Waliwo omukyala ayasharinze ku on the TikTok and then she said that I had very high blood pressures neneska naye I even had to go for dialysis. Dialysis kwe kuteekamu byuma okwoza ensigo.
So when the kidneys are at that point of failing,
yes,
that's when they bring in the dialysis.
Now it depends. Kataba kidney doctor babikolako nnyo. But yes, it can reach a point where your own body exactly. Kati mukama ekikola nti obuchafu bulina okufuluma. What osobola kufuuka. That's why if you can't pee in one day, it's an emergency. Omusulo guliwa. Before they even realize the protein kati tujikebera bukebezi omukyala ayinza ogenda gamba naye musawo nte today I have peed naye nga ndaba chai. I've peed chai.
Tea.
It is like coffee. Like my coffee today.
For real?
Yes, it looks like Coca-Cola, the urine.
Wow.
Now ladies, if you notice your urine is changing,
color.
The color. That is why don't just sit on the toilet, sweep. Look at the urine before you flash. Look.
Look.
If there is a change, please, misende.
Even that yellow is not good. Because
The yellow
I think what's encouraged is pale yellow.
Exactly, pale yellow.
Then
If
you're
it starts
okay.
becoming yellow, then dehydration.
And
Naye
becomes-
wanokokulaba musula otandise fuka gwa chai, ibyo misinde. Kiba kitegeeza the other proteins otwogeddeko ziyo zikola ki? Ziliikinga. And your kidneys are starting to get affected.
Okay.
Bwali twagala odduka emisinde, twagala nsigo z'okola ki? Kufa.
Failing.
Exactly. Now when you come, bajja kukebera bakebera test z'ensigo, test zaaki. That is why it's important. The other organ that is very nice, that helps us also to clear up a few things, is called the liver.
Era abadde ngenda kugamba that.
The liver. What facts do you know about the liver?
Oh, there's one interesting one I got to know.
Yes.
That it can regrow.
That's true.
That one?
Yeah.
You guys, I'm like...
And then like you can
I'm
remove
done.
one lobe and still live. Like it's a very beautiful organ. So anyway, that liver can also be affected by high blood pressures. Aba transplant bajja byogerako nnyo.
Options?
Nedda. Okay. Tuveeyo. Temutunda nsigo, temutunda ngondi livers, please. Temutunda. Tukoma tugenda okudda. Now the liver is very important. Naye eyambako ko mu mubiri. Now that liver pressure naye ekola ki? Egikuba. Mchana niko kugamba nina ulcer. Abakyala ba pressure bagamba nina ulcer.
Thank you. I remember.
You see ulcer. Why am I saying that? Ekibumba, the liver enlarges ng'olina pressure.
Kizimba.
Kati normally kiri eno mbayiza. Mukimanyi kiri eno. Just wano wansi w'ebbeere wano eno wansi.
Lino. Wano wansi wa.
Okujjako nga wakula bulala ligwe eyo n'egenda eno. Naye tera kubeera eno. Normally just it is there. Naye ku pressure etandika okugejja. Nejja paka eno. Kati omukazi awulira.
That's why wagamba ulcers.
Nagamba ulcers ennuma wano eno.
Anti omusawo akwata
omugamba ekibumba.
Where is the pain?
You have pain here. Kebeda, because when the liver stretches, it starts hurting. So when we touch it, you're like, exactly, and it shouldn't enlarge. Ideally, when we touch you down here, it shouldn't be there. Naye usually about pressure baba bagina ngezimbye. Abana nko okuzimba, tandika kuzimba no side weight. Bambi waliwo abakyala bayika n'omusaayi from the liver, okay? It can happen when it is worse. Because it stretches, that is high blood pressure for you, okay?
Okay.
It is terrible.
Now you understand why they say it's the second leading
cause of death
amongst
women in
women.
Uganda.
Especially pregnant
and I think also
women.
worldwide as well. No, worldwide
I think
as well.
Worldwide.
Yeah. And
because it's
very
intense.
interestingly, I have some friends from Sweden. They actually shared that high blood pressure is the leading cause of death in their country. So whereas Uganda, for us, we have bleeding is number 1 and high blood pressure is number 2. For Sweden, it is number 1 is high blood pressure.